Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. That's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkin Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. I am that dude, Bodkins, of course. Welcome. It is Thursday night, and we are live, baby, coming to you and yours. We are now 3 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. I guess really today is almost over. So Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday is obviously. So 2 days. I mean, 2 days and a wake up, I guess, if you would like to say, as the kids would say. And then it's Super Bowl Sunday, where it is the Kansas City Chiefs, who come from Arrowhead, home of the Chiefs, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. 76% of the money is in on the Eagles. We're going to have a full show tonight. A couple guests going to be joining us here in about 15 minutes or so. Before we get started, we got to talk a little bit of NBA news. Is saying, let's go Chiefs. Well, we'll see on Sunday, and I'm not going to make my official pick until Sunday, our pregame show. That'll be happening on Let's Talk Sports and the Bodkin Show channel all day for the most part. I mean, we're going from like 10 a.m. I think it does stop at one point, and then it picks back up on the stream. But it'll be pretty much a continuous stream for about, 10 hours, I feel like. I will be on 3 of those hours. So please check us out Sunday morning, and then it'll go again until kickoff. I think 4 Eastern time. So about 5, that'll be 5 Eastern time. Something like that. I have no idea. I will be, though. There are 3 hours of it. So check us out this Sunday. But let's talk a little NBA news before we get into, I want to get my thoughts on everything that's occurred in the NBA this past week, because I haven't been able to share it yet. So first things first, which seems like a lifetime ago, LeBron James breaks Kareem's scoring record, is now the all-time scoring champ. How do we look at this? What are my thoughts on LeBron? I was watching this comedian. He once said it best. LeBron been in the league for 20 years. It's damn sure he ought to own something. And he's absolutely right. That's right. I mean, LeBron's been in the league for damn near 20 years. He's one of the greatest. I will never say that he's the greatest of all time. If you want to make a case that he is the greatest of all time, by all means, go ahead. I tell people all the time, I will never say it, just for the simple fact I'm a Michael Jordan guy. For the rest of my life, all my life, I will be a Michael Jordan guy. There's certain people that could do no wrong in this world, and Michael Jordan is one of them. He is my basketball idol, my basketball, person, the reason I started watching basketball, whatever you want to say. He is number one for me, the greatest of all time. Now, he's also my favorite, and then I have some other favorites. Tim Duncan's my second favorite player of all time, but I don't think he's the second greatest player of all time. Now, he's probably the greatest power forward of all time. But he's not. Anyway, and LeBron is, to me, is a different. I don't like the comparison of LeBron and MJ anyway. They're two different type of players. MJ was the purest scorer in every sense of form. You always knew you had to stop him, and you weren't going to be able to. If you pissed him off, you were in deep shit. And when the game was on the line, everybody knew where the ball was going, and you couldn't stop him. And I'm not saying now, I know it's like LeBron to me has never been the elite scorer. I know he just broke the all-time scoring record, but he's just not that. He's more of a playmaker. He's done. They're just two different guys around. The game has changed. Remember when MJ was around, a lot of people were not shooting threes. MJ wasn't a big three-point shooter. And it'd have been interesting to see what MJ would have done in today's game where they can't touch you. For those people saying, well, he didn't shoot threes. Well, that's because he didn't freaking have to. But in today's game, MJ would have, that's something he would have developed. You don't think MJ, the greatest of all time in my eyes, couldn't have developed a freaking three-point shot? You're absolutely freaking kidding me. So I want to start there first. Kudos to LeBron. And I don't want to shit on LeBron. I hate people who are shitting on people. Let's give people their flowers for whatever it be. Like I said, I will never say he's the greatest of all time because he's just not MJ. But I do like I do like LeBron. I think he's probably the top, 4 or 5, 3. To me, in my lifetime, it's MJ, LeBron, and Kobe. I didn't see Kareem play. I'm only 33. Kareem retired at somewhere in there, right around there. I never really was quite old enough to understand Bird and Magic. So there's that. And, that's just – so those are the three guys for me. MJ, Magic, MJ, LeBron, and Kobe are my top 3 greatest that I've ever seen. And MJ, LeBron, Kobe is probably the top 3 greatest I've ever seen. And you could throw in guys. I respect a lot of people who say Shaq to me is probably the most dominant player I've ever seen. So again, that probably rounds out my top 4 of my lifetime of the last 35 years. So MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Shaq. But we'll see. Kudos to LeBron. Don't shit on LeBron. Don't hate on LeBron. He is kind of corny. He is, says certain things. He does feel like he's the greatest basketball player of all time when they ask him. MJ always said he felt that was disrespectful for the players that he didn't ever play against, but kind of said, hey, I'm the best going right now. So we'll see. We got some comments coming in here real quick, and then we'll get into some trades that move. AK Eagles, who we're going to have on here just a little bit. He will never be MJ. Says, I thought you liked Sabonis. I like the young Sabonis. That kid can ball. Watch out for the Kings. If you missed it last week, me and SoCal talked about that last week. Scottie Pippen was amazing, just couldn't shine because he is always in MJ's shadow. Yeah, that's true, AK, but he wasn't. Even this day, Scottie was different breed. Scottie was probably the best player who just never had an ego. Knew he was playing with Robin, and that's something we don't see in today's game. Everybody's they're all trying to team up together, but then they get all pissed off and butthurt when that doesn't work, or egos get involved, and that kind of gets says insanity. And that kind of brings me to my next point of the big trades. We got to talk about the big trades. First, the Kyrie trade to Dallas. Lakers really wanted Kyrie. We're trying to make the trade for Kyrie. It seemed like the Nets GM was like, nah, you ain't going there. That's where you want to go. We ain't going there. You want to blow this thing up? You're effing this thing up. We could make a title run with Kyrie on the table. And I get it because Kyrie said, hey, I'm not signing an extension here. So maybe they felt like they had to move him. I get it. But if you can get the championship with him and Durant this year, which nothing's guaranteed, but why not try and do that? Let's start there first. I probably wouldn't have traded him. I probably would have been like, guess what? You're going to in play, and we're going to try to win a championship. And maybe that championship changes your mind. Winning cures all wounds, people. That's plain and simple. Winning cures all wounds. So there's that. I'm going to say that. But they traded Kyrie to Dallas. I like the move for Dallas. Dallas needs another, you look at it, and I've said this before. If you missed the show last week with SoCal Ball Nerd, I said that I thought Luka Doncic was the MVP because you took him out of the Mavs. They would be absolutely nobody and nowhere. And they needed somebody. Well, they went out and got somebody, and his name's Kyrie Irving, one of the top 10 best basketball players in the world right now. I don't care any way you slice it. You can forget about his political views. Maybe he's not the greatest freaking teammate. But when he's on the court, and it's not very often that sometimes he's not on the court, the guy can actually absolutely ball. And you add him with a guy who can absolutely ball as well, and Luka Doncic, and you pair them up and you say, hey, let's see what they can go. And you like the Mavericks up until, their title chances, up until the Nets made one more move, and that was to really blow it up. They tried to add a couple pieces. They were trying to add a couple guys to, build this team around Durant. Never worked. And they went back to the Suns, said, hey, remember this deal we were going to try to offer in the summertime? What do you think? You got a new owner now. The new owner said, pull the trigger. We'll take Kevin Durant. In a way, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and about 5 first-round picks go to the Suns, or to the Nets, and KD's a Sun. And now you got the Suns. Chris Paul has no damn excuse anymore. This is it for CP3. You don't win a championship now with you, Devin Booker, KD, DeAndre Ayton. You don't do that, no, then you're never going to get it, CP3. This is it. The Suns, who it looked like I thought maybe they were going to blow this damn thing up. And if you remember, it was reported that the Nets almost turned down a CP3 trade for Kyrie to the Suns, and that would have sent back Chris Paul to the Nets. I don't know why they didn't really do that. I probably would have, just to keep KD in Brooklyn, but they blew it up, and now KD's the Sun, and they got a big 3 and then some. Really a big 4. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, he can ball, and now he's the number 4 option on their team. You have Devin Booker, who is a pure scorer. You have the ultimate trigger man in Chris Paul, if he can stay healthy. This is the thing, because things always happen to CP3. And then you got Kevin Durant, who is the ultimate hooper as well. The West just got a whole lot tougher. The Lakers made some nice moves, got rid of Westbrook, added D'Angelo Russell, added a couple other guys, and away they, but I don't think the Lakers are going to get – are they going to beat the Suns? Probably not. Are they going to beat the Nuggets? Probably not. I don't even know if they'd beat the Mavericks. We'll see. But, I mean, I like the moves that the Sun – I mean, anytime you can get Kevin Durant or, do it. You do it. Draft picks don't mean much in the NBA. If there's outside of baseball, maybe, that they just trade picks because they draft these 18-year-old kids – and then that they don't improve and they don't build. And then next thing you know, they're getting traded, So there's that. They're getting traded before they'd fully develop. I mean, remember the Lakers had Russell at one time, D'Angelo Russell. They had to trade. They shift him out. They had who's the kid in New York? I can't think of his name. Man, played at Kentucky. Lakers drafted him, and now he's a star at New York, and I can't think of his name. He's their best player. Anyway, somebody in the comments put that out there for me. The Knicks' best player. What is his name? Now I'm going to have to look his name up because it's going to bother me. It's not coming to me. Anyway, they had him, and they traded him. Why not? People don't develop these kids. They draft these prospects, and they don't keep them. And then they trade them. That's why they're trading their picks. Well, we'll just get the player that we want because this guy's at least developed now. Julius Randle, that's the guy's name. I couldn't think of it. Sports Buffoon said Brunson. No. I was thinking of Randle. So we'll see. We got some comments coming in. We're going to have some guests. If you're wondering where Johnny Cruz is at, he's in a contract dispute currently with Dan Harris. There's too many shows, and so he's out. But he is actually, he's sick today. So no Johnny Cruz. So he's the best player, meaning Brunson. I don't know. I think Julius Randle's better than Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's been a stud. They also got Josh Hart. If you catch a clip where Jalen Brunson finds out that Josh Hart got traded to the team, really cool video. Really cool video there. Whom says Patrick Ewing? Because if you remember, Brunson and Hart played together in college. But I just want to get my thoughts out on the LeBron James. Don't shit on LeBron, folks. Just whether you think he's great or whatever you think, he's still one of the best basketball players to ever play this game. You can't write the history of basketball without writing the word LeBron James. Any way you slice it. And if you compare him and Jordan, it's really splitting hairs. And it's all about who you prefer or what you prefer. You know what I mean? MJ is one of the very few players to ever win Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, MVP, all in the same year to do what he did. Just, undeniable. But it's, again, splitting hairs. But enough of NBA talk. I heard there's a big ass game coming up this Sunday. It's the Super Bowl. We started with 32 teams. We started in early fall or late summer, went into the fall. We started with 32 teams. It got down to 16, then 8, then 4, now to 2. And to talk to me about it, to break it all down, welcome back to the show, Chiefs superfan CD.
What's up, Nick?
CD, what's up, my man? And CD, I know how you bring the heat with the Chiefs, so I had to bring not one, but 2 Eagles podcasters to join the show. Ooh. Welcome back. You guys know who it is. My man Tone from Philly Sports. Tone, what's up, man?
What's up, man? What
jersey you rocking there?
Look, man, as soon as the Eagles won the NFC Championship, I got a notification that the Eagles was putting these out. So this the Jalen Hurts. They're the great Super Bowl joint. You know what I mean?
All right.
I got it right away, and it just came in today, so I figure why not now?
Is that why you hit me up the last second? Was like, let me put on the fly jersey, because when I hit you up earlier the week, you said, "Hey man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it." I said, "All right."
I didn't, but I had got to the house. It was a little after 9 Eastern, and I was like, and then I had saw on Twitter, the convo you had going. I was like, "Yo, I actually made it." Let me see if I can get on. Because I can't wear this on Super Bowl Sunday. I can't wear it on Super Bowl Sunday. The black jersey that I wear, we're undefeated in. So I'm pulling black out Sunday.
All right. And then also to join the show, Phillies fan faithful, Mr. AK from AK Eagles. AK, what's up, my man? Welcome to the show. First time on the show. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
No problem. Appreciate you having me on.
AK.
What's going on, Tony?
What's up? Nick's looking good in that red too.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick got looking all right over there, man. But Nick a traitor right now because that's not his team.
I am not. So Tony, if you hadn't heard, I don't know if you heard, me and Tanner made a bet on the AFC Championship game. Okay. I had obviously the Bengals because I'm a Burrow fan. Yeah. And what do you know? The bet was, Bengals win. Tanner from that day till Super Bowl Sunday has got to wear a shirt that says Burrow's my daddy. And he got to say it on air. I have to say, I said if the Chiefs win, I would wear the Chiefs gear and say, "And home of the Chiefs" every show from that Sunday to Super Bowl Sunday. So I got 3 more days of wearing this stupid ass shit, and then I'll be able to get back to my normal self.
I know you got to be loving that up there, huh?
It's looking good. I tell you that red.
I feel bad for you, man. I was rooting for you.
Hey, let's go ahead and AK. I got to ask you. Tone said he got the Black Eagles jersey. What you rocking on Sunday on your Super Bowl Sunday?
Oh, I'm wearing the green jersey.
You got the green. Which jersey you rocking?
Oh, Deshaun Jackson.
All right. Old school Deshaun. Chris, I know. I see you got the Mahomes hairdo ready. You got the Mahomes jersey. I mean, that's your typical Sunday afternoon right there at the Danielson house. I know.
Yeah. Ever since Tony Gonzalez, I had an old Tony Gonzalez jersey I was going to bust out tonight, but I was like,
Okay.
Let's go ahead. Let's start breaking this game down. Let me ask you guys this. I believe there's probably a minimum of 3 Hall of Fame players on this playing in this game, and Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame coach. Do you guys see any other Hall of Fame players? I see the Kelsey brothers, 1 and 2, and then Pat Mahomes is the third one. Is there any other Hall of Fame players you guys see playing in this game?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Tone. I see you shaking your head.
Yeah, because I think Lane Johnson is a Hall of Fame player. Lane Johnson, he's to me the best right tackle in the game right now.
Yeah, Chris Jones might be a future Hall of Famer here in the next couple of years, depending on what he does here in the next couple of years. So yeah, he's been consistent. So
I think Fletcher Cox will be one.
What's that?
So I think Fletcher Cox will be one.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox is a good pick too. He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox. Yeah, that would probably be the. I would give the nod to Fletcher. He's been around a long time. All Pro. Lane's an All Pro. Let's go ahead and jump into the. What's the biggest storyline? Is it Andy Reid against his former team? Is it the Kelsey brothers? Is it the two African American quarterbacks starting for the first time? Chris, what's the biggest storyline to you coming in before we start breaking the matchups down?
What's mine? I like the Kelsey brothers story, but like I said, it could be that or the two African American quarterbacks going against each other. That's kind of historic. Hold on, daughter's over here. Sandy's hungry. Yep, she had to stop in and say hi. So, but yeah, those are two of the bigger stories, I think. And then, of course, Andy Reid going up against the old team. I mean, I think he's wanting to win it. I know Kelsey's wanting to win it for him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think Kelsey's really wanting to win it for him. So
Tony, last time we talked, you said like, "Hey, ain't nothing but love for Andy." You would hope that Andy gets it done. But there's not a player on the roster, right, that played for Andy. So like, it's not really. It's an organization, but not really the team. We
have multiple players who used to play for him.
Who's that? Who's
Lane Johnson used to play for him.
Right?
No, Lane Johnson, Kells, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham.
Oh, shit. Well, I was dead wrong then. Thanks for correcting me, AK.
Wait, BG, right? Yeah, BG was there for like his last year or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I think BG came in to tell him, but more so that offensive line we got.
Lane and Fletcher too, I guess.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest storyline to you coming into this game then?
Man, I don't know, man. It's pretty tight. Like I told you, it's bittersweet because it was nice to see Andy, you know what I'm saying, when I never had any ill feelings with Andy Reid, you know what I'm saying? I just think just for that time, that moment, everybody decided to go in another direction. But you can't discredit for what he did. Now, we didn't win a big game, but I think he learned something transitioning from us over to KC. He's able to win it over there. He has a better quarterback, no shot at McNabb, but Mahomes and McNabb is two different, like night and day.
101%.
Yeah. The brothers are, but to me, they don't play against each other. So I'm going to go with the Andy Reid.
I think if the brothers were like, if it was like Kelsey on Kelsey,
it
would be a little bit different, right? Like if it was one was a linebacker, one was a tight end, and they're just colliding heads. The fact that they both play offense, it's like they're just going. They're not really going against each other. It's a little different,
Yeah.
AK, what about you? What's your storyline that you are reading into the most?
Man, it's not really one that is even talked about. In fact, I might just be making it up right now. Who knows? But the fact that this is the second time that we've been to a Super Bowl in a coach's second year. Doug Peterson did it his second year. We win. Nick did it his second year, and we yet to know the results of that. But Nick did get fired by Andy Reid, and then he goes and he did.
Oh,
he didn't really get fired though. Here's the thing: like Sirianni was in the building.
Yeah, he was
Then
already
Andy
there.
got hired, and Andy just brought his own guys in.
Yeah, but ultimately he got fired. He did. Let's be honest. And then he goes right after we win a Super Bowl. Frank Wright gets hired to Indy, and then he goes to Indy, is the wide receiver coach there, and then he comes here and literally does the same thing Frank Wright did when he was here. You know, like Frank Wright, second year OC, Super Bowl. Second year head coach, Super Bowl. So it's a weird thing, honestly. Not many coaches do that. Not many coaches can say they have done that. And to do it back to back, that's kind of crazy, man.
Well, the problem with Sirianni is he was talking about dog mentality, and Andy's only talking about cheeseburgers. So Andy's like, I just want a goddamn cheeseburger, man. And you know, Sirianni's like, I got dog mentality, man. I just want dogs. And Andy's like, I just want fucking cheeseburgers. So you got to get out of here. So, Chris, let's start. I want to break down these games, kind of this position by position here. Let's start with the O-line. Who does the O-line favor, the Eagles or the Chiefs for you?
Man, the Chiefs O-line's been good, consistent all year long with Kearney in there, and then what's his name, Creed Humphrey's in center, created one of the best centers, and Kelsey's there too from Philly, but they're really tight on the offensive line. I'm excited to see the Chiefs offensive line go up against the Eagles pass rush and see what we can do. It's gonna be a good test for sure. So, but I think the Chiefs got a better offensive line, but I mean, I'm just being biased. Maybe I'm just being biased.
Tone, go ahead and make your pitch for the Eagle or the Eagles offensive line. You mentioned it. Lane Johnson's an absolute stud. They got a couple other dogs on that O line as well.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm gonna go by what I've seen on paper and what's been reported, you would have to go with the Chiefs because they got 3 of their 5, and it may even be 4, but they're like in the top 50, maybe higher than that as far as rankings among their position. Now we have Lane Johnson, who's at the top for right tackles. You got Kelsey up there. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't really give, I think Mulata is underrated. They didn't give him the rankings, so he's not, I think he's only like number 60. You know what I'm saying? Landon Dickinson was up there, but then Seumalo wasn't. So they get more players ranked higher, but overall body of work, I think it's right now. It may be these D lines got to show us who's better. Put it that way, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know our O line goes up against our D line, so I'm gonna have to go with our O line because our D line is no joke. So those guys got to be battle tested, man. It's no joke. But paper wise, you got to give it to the Chiefs because of the rankings. But I really think on the field is us all day on that field because of what they have to go with against in practice.
AK, what's your thoughts here?
You're killing me, Tone.
I'm keeping it real, man. Hey, I keep it real, bro. No matter what, I keep it real 100.
Keep it real, dog. It's us, okay? I'm not even playing. This is not biasism. Listen, Kels, Hall of Famer. Lane,
Correct.
Hall of Famer. Okay,
Absolutely.
You have 2 future Hall of Famers as they stand right now going forward. Mailata and Dickerson, dude. His second year, he's making a Super Bowl.
Oh, they're beast.
Like that is literally on him, dog. You know what I mean? Like far outplayed what we expected. Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So right there, when I look at that, like, dude, first off, Mailata never touched an American football until 6 years ago. He's out there balling the way he's balling.
Yeah, that's
and he
great.
never knew what football was until 6 years ago.
Yeah.
He's out there beating people who have been playing this game their whole life.
He's mauling.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Listen, Pat Mahomes makes it easy for their offensive line because he can do some fabulous shit. Like, let's be honest, if we're going to throw it all out there. It's very easy for their offensive line because when you have a guy like Jalen Hurts or Pat Mahomes, it makes your job a lot fucking easier.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean if I can't cuff, my bad, but...
Oh, no, you can cuss. Go. Hey, you're on the fucking podcast show, man. You can.
I'm AK Eagles, man. Tone knows what I'm about. That is what I do.
All day.
But no, man, I get what he's saying. They do have a great offensive line compared to what they've worked with in the past. But don't forget, man, you're going against a team that has 70+ sacks.
It's going to be real.
I think
no AFC team has that. No one in the NFC was even close to that. The closest team to us was 20 less. This is a whole different animal.
I think that's the key to the game to me, the battle in the trenches. So let's flip that. I think the Eagles' defensive line is probably the best in all of football. And then, they added what they added in the offseason. Like going into the season, you couldn't say that. But what they added during the season, added Nagana Sue, added David, old boy from the Bears. What's his name? Quinn. Yeah. Chris, do you agree that you think the Eagles got the better defensive line? Or are you going to go with your boy Stone Cold Jones, who finally showed up?
I love Jones, but I'm not. I'll be real. I mean, no, like I said, I'm not gonna. I won't dispute that one. But the offensive line's really close, I think, and like I said, I think it's going to come down to. I know the Eagles run the ball well, so we just got to come out there and try to stop that run. Which the Chiefs are really good at stopping the run, so we'll see.
Tone, you got the Eagles front line, right? I mean, that's going to be the key for them.
Yeah, man. Because you have 4 guys with over 10 sacks. This is the NFL. You know how hard it is to do that. And then Hassan Reddick just right now, he's been unblockable all year, but it's like he stepped it up even more in the playoffs. Like if you can step it up even more, that's just crazy that he did that. So I'm expecting them guys to come firing on Super Bowl day. I mean, because put it this way, everybody finds all the excuses and the reason in the world for the Eagles being where they are. This is the game to them to pretty much, But this is the game. This is the one game that everybody said the Eagles haven't played. They haven't played the Chiefs or the likes of the Bills or Cincinnati. So this will show. This is pretty much like, all right, we're gonna see what y'all about. So this is the game. I expect them guys to be firing. I gotta go with our D line.
Though, man, I'm so tired of hearing about the run stop. I understand you're very confident, but you know what? I heard that from the 49ers as well, who were the number 1 rush stop defense in the whole NFL, and we stomped the mud hole in them. So
I'll say to counteract what you're saying, AK, on that is like, hey, they knew once Brock Purdy went down, like, I'm not saying they gave up, but I'm saying, like, what the fuck they supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Like, listen, and in all honesty, that's not my problem, but Brock Purdy does not play defense.
I get that, but
no excuse.
If you're
here's the thing. You can still stop them from running, even though
if you're on your quarterback. All I'm trying to say is, if your offense is going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and you're just like, the fuck, man, I'm tired. I can't even tackle these motherfuckers no more because we've been on the field 80% of the damn game. I mean,
what's
of course you're going to give up 200 yards rushing.
What's the excuse for everyone else? Because I'm just
saying, like,
we have 8 games that we have over 150 yards rushing. That is over half the season, bro.
I agree. I agree that you got a great defensive line. I'm just saying that 49ers game, it was the anomaly, I feel like, for their defense, because I mean, they got to be looking around and just say, everybody knew once Brock Purdy was out, like, this is a fucking wrap. You could turn the damn game off.
Listen, man, I'm sure everyone can use every excuse in the book. Listen,
it's not an excuse, it's reality.
No, I understand that, but listen, the game is what the game is, bro. Okay, we don't make it up. Okay,
no, you guys handle business.
I believe the same scenario would have happened whether Purdy was not injured or not. I'm telling you, man, I called that shit from the very get-go before the game even started. Purdy has never seen our defense. The Vikings, the Giants, after they beat the Vikings gave them false hope, and they came in talking shit. It's like, bro, you don't understand. You don't get it. And I don't think anyone gets it, but they will eventually soon, just like Jalen said, dude.
I get what you're saying. I'm not giving excuses to the 49ers. I thought that game would have been a lot closer is all I'm saying. And the score was going to be lower. That's all I'm saying. if the
No, I
49ers
get it.
offense could have
Do you know why it's hard?
because she made
the
it hard.
RPO. Well, no, the RPO. When you look at the 49ers defense, you have the very best two linebackers in Greenlaw and Fred Warner. I give them that. They are phenomenal athletes and phenomenal players. But what's the one thing linebackers like to do? They like to read and react instantly. That is what they do. When you add the RPO system in, you cannot read and react. You actually have to use your brain and think, is it a run? Is it a pass? When linebackers have to think, that is when they slow down. And you saw that result against the 49ers. They weren't able to get that one step ahead and jam the gaps to stop our run because they had to be prepared for the throw. The same thing's going to happen to the Chiefs and everyone else who plays us because that's what you do. That is what the RPO separates. It's how we align our wide receivers, not too far away, not too far in. You know, you make separation in the defense. That's what makes the holes. Our offense, man, everybody, you look at them. How do you stop it? No one knows. You can't. Because if you think you can stop us in the run, we beat you in the pass and vice versa.
Well, here's the thing I'll say to that, and Tony, you alluded to it, is that, you know, they got Patrick Mahomes and that bunch like this. Like, how do you stop? How is the Eagles defense going to stop that offense? Because that has not been done. Because, Tony, you said it. They ain't played the likes of the Bills or Cincinnati. They ain't seen a quarterback this good of a defense. Ain't seen a guy like Mahomes.
Yeah, I think, to me, the only way you're going to beat them is Kelsey and Mahomes. That's it. You cannot let Kelsey have a field day. Mahomes cannot run around that field because I don't care how good corners you are. If he's running around that field and we're not getting to him, somebody's going to get open. You can only cover but so long. But if they can keep him in that pocket and manage to minimize the Kelsey effect, because him and Kelsey has such a connection, that's when your D-line can get him because we don't have slouches for corners. So he's going to need that extra time to get to those receivers because Kansas City receivers don't scare me. You know, and that's no disrespect. They have an overall great team and a great coach. So they know how to manifest offense and get points on the board. Don't get it twisted. I'm not expecting, them to do nothing. But the key is if you're going to beat Mahomes, you have to slow him down, force him to throw, and you got to somehow stop Kelsey, who seems to get open every play.
Dini, what's your biggest worry with Mahomes? And it looks like Andy kind of come out and said, hey, he's not 100%, but he's a lot better than where he was.
What's up? I didn't talk to me. Sorry.
I said, what is Mahomes? What's your worry with Mahomes? Andy Reid kind of come out and said he's not 100%, but he's good. He's better than what he was.
He should be better than he was against the Bengals. I think he's got the best, and he should be better than what he.
What's the key? What's the key for Mahomes then for the Chiefs offense to score on that tough Eagles defense?
I'd say we get the running backs involved. Pachenko out of the backfield, maybe catching the ball. Him and McKinnon. Obviously, they're killing the ball out of the backfield because our receivers aren't that great. We got MVS. He's a Packer, old Packer mix. But
no hands.
Hey, he's been good for us this year for most part. We talked to him.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I guarantee I'm calling it right now. You're gonna see a lot of different screens come from Andy Reid in this to keep that Eagles deep pass rush.
Yep.
I think that's the key. I think you're going to see a lot of Pacheco, McKinnon out of the backfield. A lot of screens to slow that pass rush of the Eagles defense down. I think you're right on the money there, Tone. AK, how worried are you about Mahomes and the magic that he can bring? I know you guys your defense practice against a guy who's just almost not quite as equally good, but could be MVP this year. I mean, it's really the two MVP candidates going at each other, Mahomes and Hurts. So how worried are you to try to contain Mahomes?
He's going to – I've already said it. I gave my score prediction last week, and I said the only reason I give him that many is because of 15. In all honesty, that's out of total respect for Pat. Everyone respects him. It is what it is. He's a phenomenal player, man. But to win this game, you just got to stop Kels. You take Kels away from Pat, you win. I'm sorry. Huh?
I was going to say the Bengals did that the second half, I felt like, when the receivers started down and started getting to Mahomes and made that a tougher game.
Yeah.
And, in all honesty, man, I think your biggest downfall was your pass rush. It just seemed like you never just got the full 100% to him. We don't have that issue, and we won't have that issue. We won't fail you on that aspect. I promise you that. We will get Pat one way or another. I heard you guys talking about Pikachu. I'm not worried about Pikachu. I get it, but dude, I got two monstrosities, 800 pounds of fucking raw meat standing right in the middle of that line between Linval and Sue. And I'm telling you, man. And then you have BG and oh my God, good luck. That's all I got to say, man. It's gonna be terrible, dude. I give Pikachu maybe less than 80 yards. Like,
You
I'm
said
sorry,
less than what?
man. No one has proven me why I need to worry. You know what I mean? No one. My defense has only given up. My defense has only given up 14 points the entire postseason. That's it.
I mean,
what do I got to worry about?
Chris Vick says Philly 41-34. I mean, you ain't played. You acting like you played a fourth-string quarterback and Daniel Jones, who's a fourth-string quarterback.
Here we go. Like I have a choice. Like I got that choice, bro. That's not my fault.
I know that, but don't act like you're out here beating world beaters.
I'm going to tell you this. I don't like the fact that we played the shitty teams that we played all year that you guys claimed that we played. It is what it is. I wish we played more in the AFC division.
You beat who's on your schedule. I understand. You beat who's on your schedule.
Our schedule's our schedule. We don't make it. We don't choose it. If I could choose it, shit, it wouldn't have been that fucking easy. But I'm sorry other teams are built so shitty too. I can't help it the fucking Giants are still crap. I can't help it that everyone in the NFC is still fucking crap. I can't help it. Dallas can't get out the hole in 28 fucking years. Like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much before you start running out of excuses, bro. You're talking to a team that won a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback.
I get it. I get it. Big Dick Nick Foles, he probably don't win it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, all excuses are off the table when you talk to us because we've been through it all. We've seen it all.
I get it. I'm just saying, like, hey, let's you're saying the 7 points. My counter argument was like, let's not lean in. Don't lean too much into that. You know what I'm saying? Chris,
I get it, but listen, that even though their talent is very, very limited, and we're talking limited, those are still the best athletes in the world. I mean, granted, Giants don't have a really good receiving core, but dude, those guys are there, and they're only 1% of the entire world that gets drafted. So
you're right. You're right. We can sit here as fat slobs and say they suck, but really in reality they line up against us. They're smoking us. You know what I mean?
I mean, no lie, bro. Tom Brady won 4 Super Bowls with the likes of Danny Amendola and Julian fucking Edelman.
Well, that's why he's the GOAT.
I get that, but who were they though? 2 white boys that were 5'11" and just beating your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what your name is or what your physique looks like. Talent comes in all different packages, bro. It don't matter.
So we got another score prediction here. Matt Lidoff says Eagles 20-34, KC 21. CD, what are the Chiefs defense got to do to slow down Jalen Hurts and and Smith and Brown? That offense, the Eagles' offense is very explosive.
No, I agree. Like I said, it all starts up with the run game. If they run it on us, we're in trouble. Like I said, you got to stop that run. That opens up their pass game. That's so much. Like I said, and I think if the Chiefs get up on them early and make them try to throw it more, maybe we got a shot. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. Try to get on them early, make them try to pass the ball more, I guess. I mean –
Tone, the Eagles defense, that Chiefs secondary is very young. How can the Eagles kind of exploit that with Brown and Smith?
I'm I'm honestly thinking that Philly is going to lean more on the pass than to run this game unless they find themselves starting to get into a fight. Then that's when they just start wearing on you and they'll start running the ball to take control of the game. I've seen that a few times where if we gotten down versus just because I mean, hey, we haven't gotten down more than 14 points if I ain't mistaken all year, for real, for real. But even then, when we was down 2 scores, what did they do? Okay, we're not going to throw the ball around. We're going to go to what we do best, and we're going to run the ball. And we're going to make, like AK said, your linebackers not there to come downhill and start thinking. And by then, there's angles. When you mentioned the 49ers game and how they wore down. Yeah, late in the game, they wore down. But the very first drive, Miles Sanders from like 8 to 10 yards out walked into the end zone against the likes of Warner and Greenlaw. But when you watch the play, Fred Warner was standing flat-footed still because he was worrying about pass and Jalen Hurts. And the running back just walked straight in because by then the pulling lineman done had angles and so it makes it hard. So I think they're going to test those young corners. And if it don't go that way, and like he said, keep Chiefs get on the lead, you're going to see that run game real heavy after that. Guaranteed. So I definitely say attack the corners first.
AK, I'm going to start with you. Give me your keys for an Eagles win.
Just do what you've been doing all season, man. I'm not changing a damn thing about this offense. I ain't changing anything about the defense. I mean, other than yards per game on defense, we're first in every other category. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not changing nothing. They always get up by 10 and then they just unleash fury. That is what we do. The whole goal is to get you down and then just completely pulverize the shit out of you until there's nothing left. And I don't expect them to change that philosophy or to change anything different. You cut the head off the snake, the body dies, man.
So you're saying get up early on them. That's the key, really. Get up 2 scores, 10 or more, 2 scores in the first quarter.
And, dude, you can just sit back and rush them then. And then what? You eventually wear down their offensive line, and then you hold the ball and run it and make them completely try and stop you, and you wear down their defensive line, you win the game. It all starts in the trenches. We know that.
Yeah.
Chris, what's your keys for a Chiefs victory?
Obviously get Kelsey involved in the game. But
yeah.
Find him. That's always a good Holmes. Like you said, I mean, I'm not saying we're going to stop the run completely, but minimize it a little bit. Obviously, not but the big plays. But like I said, that's my main focus is to run. Like I said, I could be wrong. They could come out passing, like you said. I mean, but they got the receivers for it too. Like I said, they got AJ Brown, Smith, and stuff. So it's gonna be a good test for the Chiefs defense. We're gonna see where we're at. So
yeah, I think both teams are really gonna be tested here because Chiefs pass rush in the playoffs and things of that nature. They've gotten home. They've been able to do what they do. That's why they're there. They found ways to get them receivers open. Kelsey is who he is. Then you got Philly with AJ and Devontae Smith and running game and Hurts. This game here, to me, is the 2 best teams in the NFL playing each other on Sunday, hands down.
Both 1 seeds, really all year been pretty much, especially the NFC. The Eagles have been running away with as the best. Yeah. Had Jalen not got hurt, they probably may only have 1 loss all season.
Yeah,
so I mean that's just the reality of it. The Chiefs were really high, and people were kind of up on the Bills, and they kind of stumbled a little. Then the Chiefs just kind of rode that out. Yeah. I got 2 questions here before we get out of here. AK, give me your X factor, a player that's the X factor in this game.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders has
to have a big game here, man. If Miles Sanders can break off runs, dude, I do not think that Kansas City wins this game because our run game is truly what is our go-getter, and we were talking just a second ago, and I'm going to add this in. Another key, who's the most physical is going to win this game. And that's something I'm not worried about, bro, because my offensive line, I got bulldogs up front. I mean, Kelf is out here fucking one arm stiffing dudes to hell through the floor. You know, like, he's a beast, bro, at 33. I've never seen a guy play with so much anger and be so sweet at the same time, you know. Dickerson's just trying to kill people. Mailata's just bulldozing over everyone, you know, and Lane's just, bro, I don't understand. Like, you tear your groin, completely tear it, and you hold Nick Bosa to nothing. Dude, yeah. I can't praise this man enough. I don't even want to know what it's like to play with a torn groin. I've never done that. I've never even hurt my groin before, I don't believe. So I don't even want to know that pain. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that is incredible, man. And for him to even be out there and not acting like it's anything is just, yeah. Good. I'm just saying, man, good luck. I already said it, 34-17 Eagles. I only give you 17 because of your quarterback.
We got 34-17. You got a Super Bowl MVP?
Yeah, well, obviously Jalen Hurts is my favorite player, and I hope he does get it, you know, especially because I don't think he's going to get MVP. You know, Chris, I believe that goes to Pat, obviously. But
I'm talking about Super Bowl MVP. So
I know. That's why I said Hurts. I wanted to be Hurts because I don't think he's going to get MVP just because.
Hey, you got Mahomes winning the regular. I got you.
I don't want that, but I think him being out those 2 games blew that shot.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Chris, give me your X factor, and if you want to go ahead and give me your Super Bowl prediction and Super Bowl MVP.
Like I said, I think my X factor is going to be can Jones get the pressure on him? I like Jones on the defense side. If he can play like he did if you put Burrow back there, Burrow's jersey on Jalen Hurts might be all right.
Hey, as much as I love Burrow, Hurts a little faster than Burrow, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, definitely, for sure. But no, like I said, I think Kelsey, he needs to have a big game for us, and it'll help out Mahomes a lot. Maybe open up some routes for the receivers, get Kelsey involved. But I think I obviously I'm gonna pick the Chiefs, but I think it's gonna be a little lower scoring game. I thought 24-17 might be a little bit more to score. So Chiefs, obviously. So, but we'll see. But
who you got Super Bowl MVP?
I mean, they'll probably give it to Pat Mahomes, even if Pacheco rushed for 3 touchdowns. Mahomes. No,
Tom, what about you? You got an X factor, and give me your prediction and MVP.
Man, X factor. I'm going to say CJ Gardner Johnson is going to be the X factor. I think he's going to force a turnover, whether he gets an interception or force an interception. Turnovers are going to be key in this game. So,
hey, Tone is key prediction. He predicted on the show before the NFC Championship game, said Hassan Reddick will have a strip sack and a fumble. And by God, the first play of the game, ask Brock Purdy what happened.
Strip sack and a fumble.
Hey, Tone got his Nostradamus on. He got his Nostradamus on pick and play. So watch out, Chris. Tone knows what he's talking about.
Well, hopefully he's wrong this week.
Yeah, but that's my X factor for real, because I think that play was going to be a turning point in the game. But I do expect to see, believe it or not, AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. One of them is going to have a good game. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them somehow got over 100. Devontae Smith showed out. I mean, it's the NFL, but he showed out in the national championship game. Every big game he showed out and had big games. AJ Brown is just big and strong. I don't know if Kansas City has faced a receiver like that. I don't remember everybody they played, but my X factor is coming from the defensive side. Super Bowl MVP, man. Oof. I'm with AK. I would love to see Hurts get it, but I don't. For some reason, I have. AK, I got a funny feeling somebody on our defense gonna win MVP this game, bro.
I was just sitting here thinking Riddick.
I really think somebody on the defensive side is gonna mess around and win MVP.
Riddick's gonna have like 3.5 sacks and 1 forced fumble or some shit.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be on the defensive side. I don't know who. Score prediction. I think the score is going to be 31-21. I think it'll be a 10-point win. I think it gets tight, and then we're going to have the turnover that's going to separate it. But I do expect that it's going to, at some point, this game is going to be a nail biter, and it's probably going to be early on as everybody trying to fill each other out. Andy Reid's going to come out with his little screens and having quick answers to take the pressure off. Philly answers right back and score, and then I think we go to a little lull for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, you get the best defense that's going to make a play, and that's when the game is going to turn. That's what I think. You really do.
Yo, just so you know, too, they did the Madden simulation the other day for the Super Bowl.
The Eagles won.
Eagles won it, 37-34.
Yeah, I hate that though, man, because they be wrong every time, and it's always the other team that wins. So I'm like, I don't want to hear about the simulation, bro.
Hey, let me ask you guys this real quick. Who's the pressure on? 76% of the money is on the Eagles right now. The line has not shifted. It's still Eagles favored minus like 2, I think. But legacy-wise, I believe this is a legacy-type game for Mahomes and Andy Reid because they are 1-1 already. Andy is, 1-2 in Super Bowls. Is more pressure on the Chiefs, and the Eagles weren't really expected to be here and now are here, especially at the beginning season. Maybe about halfway through, people started, hey, this Eagles team's for real. But is more pressure on the Eagles or the Chiefs, Chris?
I'd say the Chiefs. I mean, Mahomes is, they're expecting everything. Yes, if he doesn't win it all, it's like a bad year for him now. So, it's.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Tom Brady, right? Like he's supposed to be the guy that's going to, do the 7 Super Bowls, but that shit just don't come around all the time. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. Like I said, we've been blessed the past 5 years, whatever it's been. So to make it 3 times. So, like I said, I grew up watching him in the 90s and early 2000s, and then that 2008 era and stuff like that. Brought Herm Edwards in. It was a dumpster fire, man. So it was bad. Tyler Thigpen is our quarterback. It's a lot better nowadays. So.
Tom, what about you? Who do you think's the more pressure on?
It's definitely going to be Kansas City. The only pressure I think Eagles could feel, but I don't see it being a factor with this game. I think that's more going to be on Howie Roseman, is how he keeps this team together and come back next year with a team just as strong. But other than that, game pressure, it's going to be Kansas City. I mean, Andy Reid don't want to be known for that coach that keep going and losing. Mahomes is trying to create that dynasty, like you said, get those rings like Tom Brady. So, absolutely, to me, the more pressure would be on the Chiefs.
AK, you got anything differently?
No, man, it's definitely the Chiefs. I mean, listen, Pat Mahomes has been to 3 Super Bowls and he's won 1.
This is his 3rd one.
He better win 2.
He's
yeah, this is his 3rd one. He won it 1 right now.
Yeah. So, okay. But anyway,
He didn't Jim Kelly it, so.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's all Pat anyway, because, I mean, listen, to be honest, everybody expects Pac to be in the Super Bowl every year. Like, when you go into the year, Chiefs are going to be the ones over there in the AFC that you got to reckon with. It's just how it is. Thank God they're not in our side.
Yeah, I'm
Stay
glad. Stay over there.
But no one expected Jalen Hurts to be in a Super Bowl.
I mean, you're 100% right, AK. Like, to me, beginning of the season, I said we're going to find out 2 guys who have the most pressure on them, Tua and Jalen. We're going to find out a lot about both of them. Their teams both went all in on them. Can they answer the bell? Tua got hurt. And before he got hurt, I would say he answered most of the questions.
Oh, yeah.
Now next year is, can he stay healthy because he had 3 concussions? Jalen Hurts has hit everything and then some. You had questions about this. You had questions about, can I pass the ball? Am I this and that? By God, I can throw the ball. I can do it. I could have been MVP if I had just not missed 2 games possibly. But I got my team. I came back and got my team to the Super Bowl. Nevertheless, so the Eagles to me are playing with house damn money. I mean, 70% of the house damn money at that. So You're exactly right. Nobody thought they were. I said a lot of the pressure was on Jalen Hurts. Prove me wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. And Jalen, hey, I tip my cap to the kid. Kid balled out this year. You know what I mean? I'll give people their roses I'll tell them when they suck, and I'll tell them when they're good, when they good. And that's just, you know, it's both sides. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, I said I didn't think he had it in him, but dude balled out. I was wrong. Hey, won't be the first time, won't be the last fucking time. I promise you that.
I know that's right.
Did you see his quote he said today?
No, what did he say?
He said, "I had dreams before y'all had opinions." Because they asked him about when you got drafted, all your doubters and naysayers, and that you would never be a good quarterback and you never be a Super Bowl quarterback. He was like, well, how does that make you feel? Like, we get you're stone cold, but you know, like, there's got to be something there. He's like, I don't think about it. He's like, in all honesty, he's like, it is what it is. He's like, I've had dreams before y'all had opinions of me. I was like, oh, that is just nasty, dude. Like, and then no lie, during his presser, he stopped. He's like, I know y'all like that one, and everyone just started laughing. Like, dude, this kid's swagger is nothing like I've ever seen. Like, no lie to the Chief fan up there, man. Just met you. Props out to you, but I will take Jalen's mentality over Pat Mahomes, dude. The kid is just he's fucking ice cold, man. You know, he does that. No, I do, but Jalen's just got that different swagger to him. He's meant to be a Philly quarterback.
There's a thing, right? There's a thing. There's things that happen to people. Aaron Rodgers slights, right? Like Jalen Hurts has been slighted multiple times. Pat Mahomes he fell to 8 and was at Texas Tech, but he has some slights. But Jalen Hurts, for the love of God, people watch this kid get benched on the national championship game, written off at Alabama. You know, we all remember that, and everybody was hyped about Tua. Then credit that kid. He stayed one more year, saved him in the SEC championship game. You know, when he could have chucked deuces, and then he goes to Oklahoma. Then he gets the slight of falling all the way to the second round, and all this questions: can he play? Can he play? You know, then the whole Carson Wentz situation. In that weird situation, remember they bench his ass in the middle of the game. That led to Doug Peterson's firing. There's another slight. So he's been slighted, and that's all motivation. And I credit Nick Saban said the kid he's a gym rat, a locker room rat, is a guy that's always going to give his team first. He never heard his teammates or anybody say a bad thing about him at any point in time. So I think and that's both quarterbacks, Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. And that's what when you lead into things, that's what you want to hear.
That's what you leading the team. That's for sure.
I mean, we as fans, dude, I think when we first, because of the fact that we just paid Carson and we didn't understand what the hell was going on at the time, dude, us as fans slighted Jalen Hurts. There was a few of us out there who supported him, and like, no lie, when we first picked him, I was like, what the hell are we doing? Like, there's so many other
they knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing now.
No, I get that. Like, I wasn't upset. Like, no lie, bro. I was not upset at all. But I did question. I was like, why? When we need so many other positions, why the hell did you take that one? Like, now? Really? But in all honest, bro, it was fucking brilliant. And now that I look at it, if Jalen keeps going the way he goes, bro, it might be the ultimate steal of steals, man.
You could say that about both teams, right? I mean, Chris, the Chiefs had Alex Smith, and it's not like they were searching. I mean, they finally had a good, serviceable quarterback for the first time in a long time.
And they traded up to get Mahomes.
Wait.
Traded up to get Mahomes.
Yeah, but let's not sit here and act like Pat Mahomes was anywhere disrespected like Jalen Hurts was. Dude, I remember when they drafted Pat, all they talked about was his fucking arm. And how
I'm just saying both.
He was praised from the moment. Yeah,
not by Chiefs fans, he wasn't. Not by Chiefs fans, he wasn't. I don't think there's a lot. I know a lot of Chiefs fans that were like, "What are you doing?" You know, that kind of
you guys fucking love this kid. I mean, instantly. At least from what I've seen from Chief fans, like Pat Mahomes was loved from the moment he was picked. I mean, there was Alex Smith fans out there. I was a huge Alex Smith fan, honestly. I thought it was a weird thing because he played his best ball with KC. I thought he did well, but he was too injured. So, they threw him out there after a year, and dude, it worked out for you guys. He's phenomenal. But Andy knew what he was getting. He's not dumb.
You trust them guys that way smarter than me.
Yeah, no, Pat was on a whole nother level coming out of the draft, dude. Like, people praised him. Jalen wasn't praised like that. People literally questioned his ability. Like, he should be a wide receiver. Whoever fucking said that should smack yourself in the face.
They said the same thing about Lamar too, right? What position he gonna play?
That's
they tried to make him change.
Not disrespected like that. Jalen was, dude. They're completely different.
Tuflo says, was Trubisky picked before Mahomes? Absolutely.
But no one said the Bears were smart.
Yeah.
Like,
Chris,
everybody would have known not to pick Trubisky over Pat. Come on.
What was your thoughts when they picked Mahomes? Because it did kind of come up out of nowhere.
I was like, I don't think we need a quarterback, but that kind of deal. It's like, why would we pick a quarterback? You know what I mean? Obviously they're smarter than me. Obviously, but I had some friends that were upset about it. So, like, what are we doing?
How old was Smith when you drafted him? 32?
30 low 30s, yeah, 32, 31, something like that.
And he was coming off his best year, his two best years, yeah.
But he just choked in the playoffs.
AK, you say that the Chiefs fans love Mahomes. It's because they ain't had a franchise quarterback since Lynn Dawson, so of course they were going to love the kid if he was any damn good.
Yeah, Joe Montana at the end of his career.
Well, see, and that's the thing people forget, dude. Like, you sit here, and even though we've had great runs the last 20 years, other than McNabb, dude, we haven't had a franchise QB. Michael Vick was a Band-Aid.
Randall Cunningham
was a Band-Aid
before that.
Yeah, but I'm saying since McNabb, though, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
We had Cobb, we had Vic, we had Matthew or Sam Bradford. Fucking A, holy shit! Don't want to even think of that.
He got paid.
But Carson Wentz, terrible. That worked out terrible. I mean, that we all thought we had a franchise, and it ended up not being that way. And now, God, I hope to God we got this one right this time. So, dude, 20 years, man, it's been rough for us. Quarterback-wise, we haven't had that stable guy. So, I mean, it's bad when you have to win a Super Bowl with a backup. That's terrible, man. You shouldn't have to do that. This is the first Super Bowl we're playing in, actually, that in a long time that our actual starters starting. So
amen to that. Hey, AK, go ahead, get those plugs in before we get out of here.
No, man, this was fun. Appreciate you guys so much. Glad you asked us to come on. I'm AK Eagles from AK Eagles Podcast. Go check me out. I'm sick right now, but
I think we all.
I haven't done any videos the last couple of days, but feeling better now. So, trying to get to 1,000 subs as quick as possible. So help me out. God bless.
Sounds good, man. You guys take care. So,
Tone, hey, real quick, said, don't forget about the old franchise QB for the Chiefs, Elvis Gerbach, CD. Remember the days.
Got rid of Rich Gannon, sent him to Oakland to go to the Super Bowl.
Tone, go ahead and get those plugs in before you get out of here, my man.
Hey, look, man, thanks again. Appreciate being up here once again, man. It's a pleasure meeting my Chiefs fan over there. Definitely, man. It's going to be fun, exciting game. You can follow me, Philly Sports Rap, on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, of course. Philly Sports Rap. Sports is spelled with a Z at the end, not the S. And definitely that's where my channel will be at. We'll be doing prayerfully we can do this matchup show Saturday, man. I'm gonna see what goes down because I usually have my matchup show that we do Saturday, and Super Bowl day I won't be. Maybe after the Super Bowl. I need to enjoy this. So I will not be on nobody's stream, nothing Sunday.
Just enjoy the game. That's what it's Sunday.
Exactly.
Have a few drinks, do a little, maybe some recreational other things, you know what I'm saying? But enjoy the game, have some good times. Hey, folks, this has been another great episode of the Bodkin Show. Hey, boys, I appreciate you joining me again. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'll be back Sunday. We have the LTS Sunday kickoff show. Check us out, please. It's going to be a damn near all day. I'll be on at least 3 hours of the LTS kickoff show. I think it's 6 hours long. So tune into YouTube. Check out the LTS network where we'll be on all day for the most part. It's better than, I promise you, anything you're going to watch on ESPN, Fox, and all that other bullshit. We got great personalities like myself, people like AK, Tone. You guys know all the crew from LTS will be popping in. Different people from all over giving out their predictions, talking about about the game, what they love. We can say whatever we want. So, whether it's even crazy stuff like AK spit on this show today. So we appreciate everybody. I'm going to hit that outro, baby. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe, share. Y'all know what to do. I'll see y'all on Sunday. This has been another great episode of the BodkinShow, show, baby.
Yeah, take care.